Hi, Miss Gromberg here, and today we're going to annotate. Do you know what the word annotate means? You might have heard it before. Annotate. Here we go. Here's the definition. Annotate, to add notes to a text, giving explanation or comment. So what we're going to do is annotate the text, the hare, and the tortoise. So to do that, though, we're not going to write or use words. We're going to use pictures. Because if you're like me, I like visuals. I like to see things. And we're going to paint a picture in our mind and put it into the story. It's a great strategy. I take classes on Monday nights, and for that class, we annotate too. And it helps understand complicated text. So this is for any age. There's different things you can do. You can use different symbols for meaning different things. For the hare and the tortoise, what we're going to do is draw a hare and a tortoise. So when we do that, that means we must know what a hare is. A hare is like, it's a rabbit, but with like really big ears, okay? So same family. So the ears are very big. So for the hare and the tortoise, so I've got my rabbit. And when I'm drawing, I don't want to spend too much time drawing details. But it's just so I have a quick reminder. This is the hare, and I know that's what the hare is. And then a tortoise, so like a turtle. But a tortoise, what's different about them is that they are on land. So turtles, they are at least partly aquatic, like they go in the water. Tortoises, they're on the land. Okay, so here's my title, The Hare and the Tortoise. So whenever I see the word hare, I draw a hare. Whenever I see the word tortoise, I draw a tortoise, just like so. So a hare, right, once again, it's there right away. So I'm gonna draw a hare. And I do this for the whole story. So if you might have noticed that I like tripled space, so I have room for my pictures. So anyways, let me read it. A hare was one day making fun. I might draw like a sad kind of face. It's not a nice thing to do under fun, like making, you might put it here or there, it doesn't really matter. Was making fun of a tortoise. So I draw, what do I draw here? That's right, a tortoise. We draw that tortoise. Making fun of a tortoise for being slow, so slow upon his feet. And you know what? Does a tortoise have feet like us? Nope, but guess what? I'm drawing a human foot because that's easier for me to understand that's a foot. When I see that, I'll know feet. Wait a bit. Oh man, I want to draw this. I don't know if this will be a good picture. I don't know, but I'm going to try to draw this as long as I know what it is, right? I'm not like this artist who can draw all these amazing pictures. You might feel the same way. Maybe you are. Your pictures probably look better than mine. But you know what? The point is not having the most artistic pictures. The point is understanding and making meaning of the text. I do like to draw though. With that said, that's something I quite enjoy doing. So, but I don't have time to draw that often. Wait a bit, said the tortoise. I'll draw my finger, oh dear, pointing. So I would have it up. One, kind of, yeah, anyways, pointing. I should have put it that way, but that's fine. So wait a minute. I know that I mean wait 1 minute. That's one finger. Wait a minute. Wait a bit, said the tortoise. I'll run a race. So for run, I'm just going to put runners. I'll run a race with you. I'm going to do first and last for race. First. I'm going to do beginning and end. So what does it say? The beginning line, start, right? So I'm going to put start. I made a mistake, so I'll just do that. Start and then finish for the race. Like that. And if you make a mistake, if you're writing with pencil, that's probably better, especially for this. Because if you're like me, you'll probably need to fix a few things. So I'll run a race with you and I'll wager that I win. So wager was a word I worked on before. Bet, I'll bet. Oh, what could I do? I'll bet. Maybe like dice or something. Because that's like roll the dice. I'll bet. I'll wager that I win. So I'm going to put a little trophy for win. Oh, well, replied the hare, who was much amused. So amused could be a word. I didn't talk about that word, but that could have been a word that you drew or that you wrote about for a new word. So, oh, well, replied the hare, who was much amused, because to draw a picture, I kind of need to know what that means. So I'm just going to draw a big happy face. So for the rabbit, because he kind of thinks it's like amusing, like kind of funny, like it's entertaining to think that he would think like that a tortoise could think I could possibly beat a hare, and hares are pretty fast. So he was amused at the idea. Let's try and see. See, I might put an I. So this sort of thing, I know we just have, well, 3 different characters are mentioned in the story, the fox also. But this is very good, especially when there's lots of characters, to keep track of your characters and who's talking and all that jazz. So I'm going to read it again. I'm going to show you my pictures. I went ahead because I don't want you to have to listen to me or wait for me to draw all my pictures. So I went ahead and drew them. Okay. So the hare and the tortoise. Make sure you can see it. A hare was one day making fun of a tortoise for being so slow upon his feet. Wait a bit, said the tortoise. I'll run a race with you, and I'll wager that I win. Ah, there's a trophy. Oh, well, replied the hare, who was much amused at the idea. Let's try and see. And it was soon agreed that the fox should set a course for them and be the judge. Do you know what this one is here? So I have a gavel for a judge. Okay, so that's something they would use. Order in the court, order in the court. Okay, they need a gavel. So anyways, I just drew a picture of that to represent judge, even though we're not talking about actual judges. It represents. So when the time came, both started off together, but the hare was soon so far ahead. So there's the hare way ahead, there's a turtle behind, that he thought he might as well have a rest. So there's my little hare sleeping. So down he lay and fell fast asleep. Meanwhile, the tortoise kept plodding on, and in time reached the goal. The goal was what? The finish line, right? So he reached the goal. At last, the hare woke up with a start and dashed. So there's my little hare dashing to the finish. So he dashed on at his fastest, but only to find that the tortoise had already won the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Maybe you can think of something to draw for that. But that's how I annotated the text to help me with comprehension. That's to help me with understanding the text and to take more out of it. So once again, I want you to think about slow and steady wins the race. What does that mean to you? So kind of think about it. So I kind of think like consistency is more important than speed. For instance, someone might, like let's say I gave you a writing assignment, someone hands it in, done, and then someone else takes their time and might take them a few hours to finish. They were slow and steady. Who do you think did better? The person who's really fast or the one who spent more time on their writing, right? So consistency is key. It's not always about speed. It's about we keep moving forward in what we're doing. And then if you keep moving forward, every now and then, it's kind of like in life, sometimes you move forward, you might step back a little bit, but then you keep moving forward. And so you're just gonna keep progressing and moving ahead, whether you're slow or fast. But if someone might be fast and then they might stop. So that's the point, right? Like the hare just had a snooze and fell asleep. So that's probably not the best thing to do. Okay, so I hope you can try this at home where you annotate this text. If you don't have in front of you, you could do this for any text though that you're reading. Once again, if it's in a book, sticky notes are your friend. You can draw pictures on there and stick it in your book to help you. I have another annotating list, and that gives me an idea of another thing you can do, especially when you don't have the text right in front of you. Text, I just mean the words, right? That's all I mean by text. It's like this whole story, this makes up the text. Anyways, I think I better go. Thanks for coming, and see you later. Bye for now.